The rain wouldn't stop. It poured over the streets of Jakarta like a curtain of water, blurring the city lights into a ghostly glow. Armin stood in front of the old Taman Ria Cinema, an abandoned theater. No one dared enter since the fire 10 years ago. Yet, tonight, the neon sign buzzed back to life, flickering with a strange hum. One night only, it read in red, dripping letters, as if smeared in blood. Beneath it, an old woman in a red coat sold tickets from a booth that hadn't seen use in a decade. Armin, a film student obsessed with urban legends, couldn't resist. He had read online about the cursed seat H14, the one where no one ever returned. Rumors said a girl had died in that very seat during the fire, and every time the theater reopened for a night, someone would sit there and vanish. "Give me one ticket," Armin said. The woman didn't speak. She just handed him a black stub with red ink, H14. He hesitated. "I didn't choose this seat." The woman only smiled. Her eyes were milky white, and her hands trembled as she pressed the stub into his palm. Lightning cracked above, and Armin stepped into the theater. The air smelled of burnt velvet and mold. The chandeliers flickered. Dust floated like spirits in the air. He passed rows of empty seats until he found his H14. It was the only one with fresh red cushions. He sat down. The lights dimmed, and the screen crackled. Then he felt it. Cold, something breathing behind his neck. Armin turned around, but no one was there. Just empty rows and the soft creaking of the old building settling into the night. He rubbed the back of his neck. The cold remained, clinging to his skin like wet leaves. The projector roared to life, and the screen lit up. But what played wasn't a film he recognized. There were no logos, no credits, just a black and white scene of a girl entering the very same theater. She looked familiar. It was her, the girl from the legend. Long black hair, a school uniform stained with something dark. Armin leaned forward. She moved down the aisle on screen and took her seat H14. Exactly where he sat. Then she turned. Not in the movie, but in real life. She sat beside him now, wet hair clinging to her pale face. Hollow eyes locked onto his. He screamed and stood up, but the seat held him down. His body refused to move. "Stay," she whispered. Her voice was the crackling of fire. The theater door behind him slammed shut. The other seats empty seconds ago were now filled with people, or what looked like people. Their faces were ash gray, their eyes pitch black, silent, watching. On the screen, the girl turned to look at Armin. "You're the real now," she said. The projector's whirring grew louder. He felt heat behind his neck. The smell of burning flesh, his own. Armin awoke in darkness. The screen was blank. The audience was gone. But the seat still held him tight. He struggled, finally breaking free and tumbling into the aisle. The theater had changed. The ornate walls were cracked and charred. Smoke drifted in slow spirals. The air tasted of soot. He stumbled toward the exit, but the door had vanished. Only a blank wall remained. He heard whispers. Thousands of them, overlapping, like old film reels playing at once. "Join us ... We remember ... H14 ... H14 ... H14 ... Armin turned back to the screen. It was glowing again, and it showed him. but not the present him. It was a younger version laughing with friends, filming a short horror movie near the ruins of the theater. They had broken in, lit candles, dared each other to sit in H14. He had edited that footage out because something had gone wrong. One of them disappeared. Dina, his girlfriend, he had never told anyone. Now she stood in the aisle, face burned, mouth sewn shut. She reached for him, and behind her, shadows spilled from the cracks in the walls. Armin ran. The shadows chased him, twisting into monstrous shapes, teeth where eyes should be. They reached for his ankles, whispering his name with every step. He found a stairwell and bolted up to the projection room. It was cold, empty. The projector spun on its own, feeding endless reels of black celluloid. He tore it open. Inside was not a lens but a human eye, blinking. He screamed. Below, on the screen, his own face appeared again, this time, screaming, begging for help. The girl in red watched from the corner of the screen. He turned. She stood in the doorway, the ticket lady. You watched, she said. Now you are watched. She held another ticket stub, dropped it on the ground. DINAH14, Armin sobbed. I'm sorry. You left her, the woman said. Now stay with her. The door behind him disappeared. Only the screen remained, and the empty chair waiting in the front row. Armin sat once more, this time willingly. Dina's hand found his, cold, forgiving. The screen played a final reel, a happy memory, the day they first kissed, the day he promised to always protect her. Tears fell down his cheeks. The audience returned, silent watchers from beyond. They clapped without sound, faces melted by fire and time. The girl in red took the stage. One night only, she said, and now ... the curtain falls. The theater crumbled around them, seats dissolved. Chandeliers crashed, fire roared from the screen, devouring everything. But Armin did not move. He was home. In seat H14. Forever. And outside, the ticket booth lit up again. A new name appeared. Next showing. One night only. Seat H14 reserved. For you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow other horror stories.